Rio.
Hi, I'm Robert Osborne. We're wrapping up our salute to the great German cinematographer Karl Freund right now with one of the great surprises in his portfolio. It's the first of 8 films he directed in America. During the 1920s, Freund had, of course, photographed many of the dark, expressionistic German films of the silent era, also trying his hand at directing a couple of times in Germany. Well, moving to Hollywood in the early 1930s, he'd photographed the movie Dracula for Universal, and the following year, the studio gave him the chance to try his hand at directing his own Universal horror film. Turned out to be one of the moodiest chillers of the 1930s, and we have that movie straight ahead. It is The Mummy from 1932, movie partly inspired by the discovery a decade earlier of King Tut's tomb and the rumor that a curse had fallen upon the people who unearthed that tomb. A team of screenwriters grabbed that idea and ran with it, coming up with a story about an Egyptian mummy who comes back to life and tries to reunite with his great love, and heaven help anybody who tries to interfere. Playing the role of the mummy, who else but the great Boris Karloff. This came shortly after Karloff's big breakthrough performance in Frankenstein the year before. That film had made him so well known they didn't even bother to use his full name in the advertisements for our movie. All they had said was just Karloff, the Mummy. Also on board in this film, Jack Pierce, the makeup artist who'd created Karloff's monstrous look in Frankenstein. For The Mummy, Pierce actually created 2 makeups, though, for Karloff. One is the Mummy, one is the Mummy's human alter ego, a sinister man named Ardith Bay. So, 1932, cinematography by Charles Stumar, direction by Karl Freund. Chills courtesy of Karloff, with a cast that includes David Manners and also Zita Johann. Here's The Mummy.